I'm back again. I'm excited to be here. I am not necessarily excited to tell you guys about what I've decided to tell you about in this second video. Okay. You can do it, Ashley, you can do it. I have decided, you guys, that I'm going to tell you about the greatest lie I have ever told. I'm gonna out myself. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about it. I am going to tell you the greatest lie I have ever told. Before we get started, I need to clarify a few things. Okay, up first, I need to tell you that my nickname as a young adult from all of my friends, like as a teen, I guess, was Square. Like, square like a box, because I never did anything outside of the box. Like, I could probably count on one hand the amount of illegal things I've done, and it definitely includes jaywalking. I got pulled over one time because I accidentally didn't renew my car insurance, and I thought about that every day of my life for years. This is why I'm a bad liar, because it would eat me up. It does. It is. Seriously. I'm like 10 years out and I'm telling the story. No, I'm not quite 10 years out, but 5 years out, and I'm still telling the story in my head on the daily because I can't stop thinking about it. Like, literally the worst liar you'll ever meet. Okay, not actually like the act of lying, because like I'm a pretty good actress. The problem is it eats me up inside after. Like, it's eating away at my soul. I haven't told anyone this, you guys. Not even my husband knows this story. Nobody knows this story. I could go to my grave with this story, but I'm choosing to share it with the entire world instead. Might follow it up with a little mentee bee after I post this. Here we go. The year, I don't know, it was probably like 2015, 16 maybe. My child has been sick for days. He's like a preschool aged kid at this time. So like, I don't know, what's that, 5? No, wait, I think it's 4. This is definitely not an important part of the story, and I am absolutely procrastinating. He's like 4 or 5, 3, 4, 5, somewhere in there. Maybe 3? It doesn't matter. He's had a cold. He's had a really snotty nose. My kid has some sensory stuff, so he never, ever, ever wants to blow his nose. Like, it is I can't even get him to blow his nose now at the age he is now. So like, I take my kid into preschool, and there was like this rule about kids being sick and not wanting to come to preschool. I'm sure all of you moms who know, it's like a nightmare when your kid's sick, because then the preschool doesn't want to take them back, but they're pretty much okay, but they're still coughing, or they've still got a runny nose, but they're not contagious, but trying to explain that to all the other parents. Anyways, it's a whole thing. So I go in to the preschool, and I see one of the teachers there. I hope she's not watching this. Hi, Teacher Christine. I hope you're not watching this. Okay, if you are watching this, I am sincerely sorry that I lied to you. But like, I've grown a lot in 5 years, okay? And just know that I have thought about this every time I've seen you and talked to you, and it has eaten me up inside. And I'm getting it out, you guys. I don't need therapy, I just need to confess. At this point in time of the story, you're probably realizing that this isn't a big thing that I lied about. To me, it is. It's big to me. But I guess that it's not a big deal. Okay, so I go up to the teacher and I'm like, so he's been sick, and I like start in on the whole like spiel where you're trying to convince the teacher that the kid's well enough to come to school because you just need 5 fucking minutes to yourself without the child running around, because he is better and now his energy levels come back and now he just won't shut the hell up. So this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sell this to the teacher. And so she's listening to me and I'm like, he's been doing really good, you know, like he just has a little bit of a runny nose, but we're dealing with this problem that like is something we've been dealing. Lie number 1, it's not a problem we've been dealing with. My kid just is disgusting like every other 3 or 4-year-old out there. But I digress. So we're like dealing with this problem with his nose, and like he has this like really hard time. Like sometimes he picks at his nose. Not because he's a disgusting 4-year-old. No. This has got to be like a medical reason in order to justify why my kid's nasty. So I keep going on with this charade. And so like he has this like this thing that happens where like like he gets a buildup inside of his nose and it gets like hard and crusted. And at that point in time, I should have just shut up and realized that he's just like every other 3-year-old who's picking his nose. But could I do that? No, I could not. I had to justify why my kid constantly had his fucking finger crammed up his nose to his knuckle every single minute of every single day. So then, here comes the lie. I say to her, as if this is some sort of like conversation that I've had with a medical professional. He has nasal stones. What in the fuck is a nasal stone? A nasal stone? Like, that's not a thing, Ashley. I think I was taking it from tonsil stones, and maybe, like, I was gonna try to justify it. No, I don't think that I thought that this was real. I knew that this was not a real thing. What I thought is that tonsil stones were a sellable idea to people, so that maybe I could make nasal stones a sellable idea. It's not. You know what it is? It's a dried up, crusty amount of booger that's rammed up your kid's nose that he keeps picking at, that because he won't blow his nose, they're now like a giant, you know the booger moms, like you know this booger. This booger is like, you're done the cold, the nose isn't really runny anymore, and they're breathing a little bit in and out of it, so it's hardening and crusting and big, and every once in a while, like, you can see it, but you can't get to it, and then you go swimming one day, and he dunks under the water, and he comes back out, and it's like a giant, yeah, it's that booger. That's the booger I'm talking about. So anyways, I continue. He's got nasal stones that we're working on dealing with. So far fucking deep at this point in time. I think I might have even actually believed myself that this was a real thing. So poor teacher Christine, I don't know if she believed me. If she did believe me, I feel even worse about this story. If she didn't believe me, girlfriend, you should self-nominate for an Oscar because you took that so well, so well. Like, and obviously she didn't believe me, you guys. Her entire job is to deal with preschoolers who lie constantly. Like, you could straight up ask a preschool kid if they're like pooping and they'll be like, no. Like, it's all they do is lie. Are you picking your nose? No. Did you just eat something? No. No. Did you eat the Play-Doh? No. Fuck, that tastes disgusting. Why do they do that? It is really salty. I don't know what I was thinking. This woman's job, literally all day, is to spend it with, what's that word for liars? Not pathological little gremlins all day long. It's what her job is. How she was not seeing through my bullshit is beyond me. Anyways, at this point, she's like in her very preschool teacher voice, because she is like the epitome of a beautiful, wonderful preschool teacher. Oh, okay. For sure, we'll help him through that. If we see or notice that he's having a hard time with his nose, we'll help him blow his nose. Like, meanwhile, in her head, it's like, this mom's full of shit. And she's probably thinking to herself, yeah, that kid's growing up to have the mom that makes every excuse for his behavior, which I actually work really hard not to do nowadays, but that's beside the point. In any event, I walked away from that interaction, went and sat in my car and thought, nasal stones? Like, kudos to me for coming up with that on the spot, because I didn't pre-plan this. I wasn't thinking it through. It just came out of my mouth like the vomit last weekend when I had the stomach flu. It was word vomit. Anyways, I remember distinctly sitting in my car being like, I wonder if she bought it. Does she actually think that nasal stones are a thing? It sounds really like medical. Nasal stones. It's no different than tonsil stones, right? Somebody tell me it was no different than no. Anyways, from that moment on until this moment right now in time, I have thought about that nasal stones every single time I've blown my nose, or one of my kids have blown their nose, or I've scraped a booger off of something, and thought about teacher Christine and the line that I tried to sell her that day. Anyways, that's the story about the greatest lie I ever told. So thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me get this off my conscience. And specifically, teacher Christine, thank you for pretending that you never saw this video if you did, okay? If you did, you didn't. You didn't see this video. Oh, and my kids are said that I'm supposed to say, like and subscribe for more, because that's a YouTube thing apparently. So like and subscribe for more purposeless content about how I'm a liar. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed video 2. I promise I'm committed to making better content for you. Just not this time.